Okay. So for me, I don't really like to measure, you know, the developer versus the bleach. I just like to get like a lotion-like consistency. But again, what I was saying, depending on the client's color history, you want to make sure that you do use this right volume to make sure that you don't compromise the hair and you want to save the integrity of the hair. So her ends look, there's a lot of breakage to it, so I'm going to use like a 20. And more on the top, I'm going to use a 30 volume. Because the strongest part of the hair is always in zone 1, zone 2. Zone 3 would be the most porous, right? Okay, thank you. Is there another? Shoot. Which one did I use first? This one?
This one was the 30 and that one was the 20.
Oh, you're amazing. This is 20?
Yeah.
Okay, so another trick that I do, you guys, is if you're going to be using 2 bowls with 2 different developers, it's all about really common sense, not just science. You want to try to do 2 different color bowls. Usually what I do is I'll get a lighter bowl for lighter hair, so higher volume. But in this case, since I have 2 black bowls, this is the 20, 30.
That's the 20. That's the 20.
Okay, so I'm going to just use this foil to remind myself that this is the 20 volume. Okay, so you want to be able to depict that because that does happen. You're talking to clients and you're like, oh my gosh, okay, which one did I use? So that's one of the, you know, one of the best tricks that I can tell you guys. Do you guys use Olaplex?
Yeah. Yes.
Do you guys like it?
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of stylists who've been doing it for over 20 years are like, we don't really use Olaplex. We've never needed it. Argan oil is also a good mix too.
You can add that in there.
I have Olaplex right now, so for the sake of how much I spent on it, I'm just going to use it. But it helps. It's like insurance for the hair.
Yeah. But for the argan, you could just put the argan right into the...
Just a few caps. So it's kind of like the lighter becomes more oil based. Yeah, or I mean whatever technique works best for you. So always figure out. So I like mine to look like lotion-like. Okay, so that's the consistency that like my ex-boss used to do. I'm full-time now, so I don't have a boss anymore. Yeah. So what I like to do is I like to find the client's natural parting. Okay. So I like to take about 1 inch. And this is preference, you guys, but this is definitely what a lot of people in Beverly Hills, like in the industry, are doing right now. Hairline is like what we call our money maker. Okay, so that's the piece that we like to be the most lightened up because it just really will frame the face. It brightens up the face. We're going to just change the overall tone of this hair. Okay, so I like to just respect the hairline. Okay, so do you guys see that? And then her parting is right towards almost the middle. So I'll take about 1 inch on each side of the parting. Oh, we have befores.
Yeah.
We'll take it. We have some, so I'll just take the new one. Have you guys done like a full head of highlights before?
Yes.
How long does it take you guys?
It's just like an hour.
An hour and a half? Well, that takes time. Usually for me, when I do a full head, it takes me about 45 minutes. So, but before, it used to take me a long, long time. So it's really just understanding the shape of the head, and you guys are going to experience that and really understand that once you really get your hands on.
Sure. So
There's so many different ways to highlight the hair. I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to do it. I like to do diagonal sectioning, and the reason why that is because it's just a lot more natural as it grows out. Now, when people do it more on a horizontal, it just looks like it's really choppy, and you could just really see the growth, okay? So I'm going to show you guys how to do it. So I'm just going to do it as I go, you guys. Again, I'm going to just leave some of this hairline out. I'm going to really do that last because the hair around the hairline is definitely the most sensitive. So I like to just save that last, and I like to use like a 30 volume so you can catch up with everything else as everything else is processing. So timing is really of the essence. I'm going to do some touch-ups. I mean, she already has so much growth.
yeah.
And because I do want to just change this color, I'm not really a fan of this blonde, so and she wants to go brighter too. So you're gonna hold it for me.
Yeah.
So like how many levels?
Keep it
Like
folded.
level lighter?
We're doing a shade lighter, whatever your hair can take. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah,
I mean,
put it-
client. Oh, sorry.
Okay, and
This way,
the
babe.
person like turnkey?
No.
No? That light?
Well, depending on how your hair can take it. You know, I have clients bring it up as high as you can. So it's nice to have an assistant because it'll really get the job done faster. And you guys, if you guys are considering and becoming a stylist, especially like in Beverly Hills, the one thing that I've taught blow drying classes, but I told them that usually they'll hire through promotion, so you would have to assist first. And it took me about almost 2 years to assist. It doesn't matter. Everybody has their own technique. Some people start from the back. I like to just start from the front. I'm gonna weave it. I'm just gonna try to pick up the same pieces. So 30 for this, as high as you can, baby girl, on that side. There you go. Oh, trust me, I've done over 1,600 hours just holding foils. I mean, and my boss can talk, and sometimes I'm like, oh my god, I'm falling asleep. Like, how do I stay sane? But these are the dues that you have to pay, because just watching and holding foils for him, I've learned my own techniques. I've definitely learned his habits or her habits, whoever you're going to be assisting. Is there a certain like a lightener that you guys like to use, like certain brand?
Basic white.
Which one? Okay.
Which one was the higher volume? The foil one?
The one with the foil is actually the 20 volume.
So that's 30 volume.
Bring it up a little bit higher on that side. Yes, thank you, baby. As much as you can. In right now, balayaging ombres. There's this baby lights are like really micro weaving, fine weaving. That's definitely in right now. I mean, has any of your guys' friends wanted like like a purple or a blue? Is that in right now for you guys?
Yeah.
So have you guys done it? Has anybody tried turning somebody pastel?
Yeah.
How was it?
Really good.
Yeah?
Okay, so I had a situation where my client didn't understand that we had to do 2 processes of color to get that color to actually be the right pastel that she wanted.
Okay.
Because I use a door and I like to mix colors.
Okay.
So she decided that she wanted to dye all black.
Oh,
and waste
gosh.
like 5 hours of work. So how do you deal with clients that are hesitant?
Clients will really respect it when you're more upfront, so it's not like you're just trying to get their service. Honesty is the best policy. It has to be practically white.
It was like
white
8
canvas.
or 9. Yeah, it was really high up there. I think the only yellowness she had was like right at the roots because I didn't want to like burn her.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was probably like level 6 at the darkest.
No matter what anybody says, in order for you to achieve any form of pastel, your hair has to be white. As white as possible. No yellow, like this, even this one will grab it. Unless Gabby wants to be a violet, like Pravana, like that deep, she can, yeah, definitely we can do that. But pastel, yeah, that's a tough one. But there's this brand called the Brazilian Bond Builder. Have you guys heard of that? B3? Who follows, are you guys following Instagram stylists? Yeah, good. Be Seen. Anybody know of any? Larissa Doll.
What kind of product is it?
Brazilian Bond Builder. So I paid a class. I'm gonna take a class about that because apparently that's like, it's like Olaplex but on a whole nother level.
What's it called?
Brazilian Bond Builder. It's called B3.
Yeah, B3. So
B3.
It's a monomer treatment?
I think so, yeah. But it's just, so, I mean, these particular stylists, VC Lynn Fawn, he actually does my sister's hair in the East Coast. But my sister's hair is like pastel pink, and she's like my natural level, and it feels amazing.
Yeah.
But also their diet is incredible. Like,
I mean, I guess it all comes to play. Everybody has completely different hair texture. Nobody has the same hair. That's for sure.
How thin are your partings right now? Like an 8?
About an 8 sub-parting, yeah.
And when you're weaving, are you trying to grab the bits that you've already lightened?
Yeah. But sometimes you can't help it. You're gonna pick up new pieces, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It's all about how you're, and also application is so important, you guys.
Have you worked with an increase?
No, not yet. I have a sample that I signed up for a class to get a better understanding of it. I think it's just more extreme. I think it's just like, Olaplex is like insurance to the hair, your hair won't break, but this guarantees like 10 levels of lift without the hair breaking. And it's gonna take like 8 hours to do.
Is it more expensive? Like they're always mixing it up, so like, how come there's a class on this?
Huh?
Why is there a class?
Because people need to learn how to use the product properly.
Is it contract? Like, is it not the little class? Is it considered a class? Well, you're about to find out, aren't you?
Yeah.
Also,
Oh, you know what? Please, I don't like that. Okay. So yeah, like when you guys are starting to do foils, have somebody assist each other, you guys. Because that's easier. Nobody wants bleeding, that's for sure. And I think that was my biggest fear, was when I would do highlights, I'm like, oh my god, I don't want it to be bleed. It's all about how much hair you're taking and what you're putting in between the foils. If you're taking about 1/8 of a subparting, you shouldn't have that problem. And the reason why I started on this side, you guys, is because I just wanted to all lift within around the same time, and then I like to finish the back. Oh, and those who are graduating, I've probably said this so many times, when you go work at a salon, make sure there's a few things that you want to look into before you apply at a salon. Number one, do they offer education? My salon happens to offer free education every Wednesdays. So that's really important. You want to make sure you have a salon that's growing within the industry and is also offering that. So again, I'm just picking up all of the previous oils.
How many days a week are you working
5 days, full time. And when I say full time, I mean like 60 plus hours. Like, be ready. It's really a physical thing. Oh my god, this morning I woke up and like my wrist started to hurt because I'm like, you guys have to make sure you're exercising your wrists also. It's really important. But yeah, it's definitely like, you're going to be standing up a lot. It's definitely a physical job, so be ready for that. Constantly, if you want to be successful, you got to study successful people. You got to study their moves and what they're doing. It depends on how hungry you are. You can make as little as, they say an average, I checked it on Google, an average stylist makes about what? 35,000 a year of hair. That you don't have to, it doesn't have to be that way. You can make 10 times the amount.
Do you do everything?
At first I do. I'm not gonna say no to any opportunity right now. After I'm done with the back, I'm gonna go check the first foil just to see.
And what kind of dyes do they use in the salon there?
Our salon, so we don't say dyes, we say just color, and then there's lighteners. So color, we use every color line. Goldwell, Wella, Clairol, L'Oreal, you name it, Redken. So it's really about finding your niche, or finding whatever works for you, because I just respect the hairline, the shape of the head. I don't go straight vertical down. I slant it up a little bit. Like, is this client gonna be happy? Honestly, it's confidence. You gotta fake it till you make it. If you're happy with it, they're happy with it. If you're like giving a certain facial expression, then they're gonna question your work. But a lot of the times, it's your personality and just confidence is really the thing. They will sense fear in you, for sure.
Beverly Hills, they can smell it.
Yes, they can. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're not 100% confident, you do want to make it big. Because honestly, I didn't come into this industry wanting to be mediocre. You don't want to be a hairdresser. You want to be the hairdresser. Seriously. And that's always been like, and I know that sounds corny, but it's so true. Like, you don't want to just be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to go to this person. You want to be like, damn, this is the girl that I'm willing to pay this much for. Being a hairstylist is definitely an art. You know, you can't tell Van Gogh can't tell Picasso how to paint a certain way. Everybody has their own styles, right? So there's no wrong or right way. It's okay, baby. It's whatever works for you. And the sides, that's how it looks like, you guys.
Very nice.
And then what I'll do with these pieces, I'm going to balayage that with a higher volume the last 10 minutes just to lighten those ends up a little bit and get rid of that brass. Oh, let me go check those. Can we mix, can you do 2 scoops again? Are you okay?
Yeah.
No. Oh, both of you.
Yes.
Okay, so this is what it's looking like right now. You guys can see.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Oh, that's really light.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
but I
but
added-
you're bleaching on top of bleach too,
Yeah.
aren't you? So
Yeah.
you really have to watch it, she doesn't turn gummy.
Oh, of course. So that's why, like, before I move on to the next
She's
step.
gonna be really light.
Well, I'm gonna tone it too, but like the goal for me is like it has to look like the inside of a banana peel.
Yes.
Because once it looks like it's
That is my favorite like comparison.
Yeah.
In the